Welcome back, Zombie Slayers, to part 4 of my high round strategy guide for the map Nacht Der Untoten, and we're switching between Black Ops and World at War, but as you can see here, we're at the moment in World at War. And in this particular game, this was a game I went to round 115 as part of my 115th video celebration, if you like, video. And I also did a weapons box challenge early on in this game to about round 25, I think it was. What I did was hit the mystery box, get a new weapon and use that weapon for the entire round, and then switch it out for another weapon until I went through all the weapons in the game. And there's about 24 or 25 different weapons in World at War version of Nacht. So at this point, I've got the sawed-off double barrel shotgun with grip. And this weapon is actually pretty beast. I use this weapon a lot in World at War Verrückt, for instance, because you can buy it off the wall in the train spot. If you guys have seen my strategy series for Verrückt, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it's pretty beast. It also gives you reasonably good mobility as well. So you have to get up fairly close and personal for it to be effective, but that's no problem. As we said, we can kind of train these zombies wherever we want in the map once they've all spawned in, because there's only 24 zombies per round in the World at War version of Nacht. So what I tend to do is take them down to the help room, because you have a bit more room in this particular spot to train them, and then just basically blast them in the face until the round is over. And we get an insta-kill here as well. And that'll pretty much finish off round 17. What I'm going to do is hit the mystery box and try and get another weapon here. And get the ray gun. So the ray gun is obviously one of the best weapons in the game, but I'm not going to keep it because I've already used it, and I need a unique weapon that I haven't used. So what I'm going to have to do is buy something different that I haven't used yet. So I'll get the trench gun here. We'll go with a shotgun theme, and I think I used the double barrel shotgun earlier as well, the full length version. So it was kind of a shotgun theme happening at this point in the game. And I'm just going to group them up here. As I said before, you want to have the M1911 as your secondary weapon, simply because it gives you the best possible mobility and speed if you have that out while you're running around. It's kind of like having the stamina up perk in this map. Alright, so I'm just waiting for them all to spawn in, all 24 zombies. And they are spawning in much quicker than they were earlier in the game, obviously. They probably reached the maximum spawn speed, if you like, by about round 35 in most zombies maps. And it actually makes it easier for you when they hit that point in the game, because it's much more consistent. For the rest of the game, you're going to know, what kind of speed you can expect for them to all be spawned into the map. And actually, the quicker they spawn in, the better. It's when you have stragglers coming in, they can get blocked off and trapped, particularly in Black Ops. Alright, we get a drop there. I think it's we got a nuke, so I might actually leave that because I want to hit the mystery box again and try and get another weapon that I haven't used at this point in the game in this World at War playthrough. And I'm trying to create a crawler here, but I do fail with this grenade, so I'll have another go at it. Hopefully we can get a crawl and they'll be able to hit the mystery box in peace. So I did get a couple up there, I think. Alright, so let's see what we can get out of the box here. Now by this point, there's only about 3 or 4 weapons that I haven't used in the game. And the M1A1 I've already used. I think I bought about around 2 or 3 off the wall. So we'll try again. And we get the Panzerschreck. Now this weapon, I would never ever recommend this weapon if you're trying to get the high rounds. If you're playing tryhard mode. Because it's pretty dangerous to your health and safety if you try and fire this in a very small map like Nacht Der Untoten. But as I said, this was just a bit of fun at this point in the game. Even though I was personally trying to get to a very high round, I did go with the weapons box challenge, so I'm going to use this to just try and be careful with it, because you basically have to fire it from one end of a room to the other. If you fire it in close quarters, you're basically dead from splash damage. So once again, same old, same old. I'm going to run this train around this area once again, group up zombies, take them to the help room, and then take them out with the Panzerschreck. It's a pretty beast-looking anti-tank rocket launcher, isn't it? It's super cumbersome, and it looks like it would weigh a ton, that thing, but apparently they're reasonably light. Although I think that they had a second guy who loaded it from the back when they were used in WW2. But what they used to do is they used to call them a stovepipe, I think, and they used to, when you fired them, they would have a huge white plume of smoke come off them, which would give away the position to the enemy. So the enemy could take out the dudes who were using these things pretty quickly once they knew where they were. Alright, so we're doing alright with it. I'm certainly not going to fire it even when they're halfway across the room, because I know that'll probably kill myself. So I'll sprint ahead here and try and get them as they come up the top of the stairs. It's a pretty base weapon, really, even at round 19. And this thing, if you can pack a punch it in some of the other maps, is actually, I think it's semi-automatic or something like that. To be honest, I don't use it a lot normally. But doing this weapons box challenge was actually super fun, and I really recommend it, because, I don't know, if you play zombies a lot, you tend to use the same old weapons all the time, because you know exactly which ones are the best weapons, you know, for building points or for killing zombies. So you ignore a lot of the other weapons that aren't so good or effective, and this is one of them. But they're actually a lot of fun to use, even if they're not very practical. And I think there's only a couple of zombies left here. So we got a crawler, and that's just about it. So we'll finish off round 19 here in World at War, and what we'll do is we'll flip over and see what's going on in Black Ops for round 20. So I'm just going to keep hitting the box, trying to get another new weapon. It's pretty funny in zombies how you get all the little hands and feet from the zombies piling up on the ground. Okay, the M1 Garand with the launcher. So I think this is a new weapon, but you guys won't get to see it, unfortunately, because we're going to head across to Black Ops and check out some Thundergun action for round 20. So let's do just that now. And we're here in the spawn area. Still got the ray gun. As you can see, we've pretty much got full ammunition in this thing at this point in the game. Haven't got monkey bombs. They would probably be useful in some situations, but I think I do end up eventually with them, as you'll see a bit later. And I'm down to only 6 rounds in the Thundergun, so that could be problematic. And I take a hit there. Have to be very, very careful. It's super tight running this train. And occasionally you could get blocked off, and that's why it's good to have the Thundergun out at all times running this train. It's probably not the best mobility, but it's not too bad for such a bulky looking weapon. It's comparable with a submachine gun or something like that as far as mobility goes. Just one little thing, by the way, that some people might not know is those lights on the thunder gun, they indicate how many rounds you've got in the magazine. Probably most of you guys will know that already, but one or two of you might not. Obviously you can just look at your ammo counter for that, but it's just a nice little graphical touch, I guess. And this weapon is probably my favorite wonder weapon of all time, just because it's so incredibly devastating. You know, it's a one-hit kill at any round. Has a fair bit of ammo, you know, reasonable amount, I think 24 rounds, pack a punch. So I would probably not normally take him down here, but what I need to do is hit the mystery box. So I'm thinking about trying to hit the mystery box here, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, I changed my mind and try and use up the ray gun first. And that's probably a good idea, because I'm likely to get a max ammo if I use up all the ammunition in the ray gun first, and that's often what will happen, especially in these early rounds, is if you use up almost all your thunder gun, and this is what I do in Ascension as well, use up almost all your ammo, just leave a couple of rounds in the thunder gun for you know, getting yourself out of emergency situations, and then fall back on your ray gun and use up the ammo in that. Usually using the ray gun, because you've killed so many zombies. By the way, I don't know how many you guys know this, but drops and I get a max ammo down there, so that's pretty awesome. I'm just going to blast my way through and get that. Beautiful. So drops are basically triggered by a certain number of kills. So if you get a certain number of kills, then you'll become eligible for a drop. And that's why if you use the thunder gun a lot first, you won't get any drops using the thunder gun. But as soon as you use most of the ammo up and then you switch to your regular weapon that you can get a drop from, like the ray gun, then you usually get 1, 2 or 3 drops almost straight away. And that's a pretty good strategy to use to try and stretch out your ammo as much as possible until you have to put the weapon back in the box and then hit the box to try and get it back again, which is kind of a desperate situation that you don't want to have to resort to, you know, too much, simply because you go through heaps of points doing that. And I've got about 20,000 points at this point in the game, so you know, I'm fairly comfortable as far as hitting the mystery box again to get the thunder gun back. But you want to minimize the amount of times you have to do that, because it can be a little bit risky running that train, hitting the box all the time. But it also takes a hell of a lot of time as well, usually, to get it back once you put it in. So just 1 or 2 zombies left here, I think, in round 21. And we might actually leave it here for part 4 of this series. And then part 5 will follow shortly. And we'll kick that off with some World at War Nacht Der Untoten for round 22. So guys, hope you're enjoying this series. Please leave a comment with your thoughts on this map. Let me know what you think of it and what you do to get to the higher rounds. What's your highest round on Nacht Der Untoten on Black Ops? Let me know. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. But for now, it is S1ippery Jim out. Thanks for watching.